Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I'm underdressed for this situation. I feel like I need like a red shirt or a Christmas hat or something to go and listen to Pentatonix, their new Christmas album, or the essentially a Christmas hits album. But like, I don't got my Christmas stuff on, so let's pretend. Let's have a. Oh, actually, you know what? So I got my apparently I have my Snuggles season mug right here. This was a gift from my wife from somebody a couple of years back for Christmas, and it just happens to be the mug that I grabbed. So here we go. I guess we are in, and it matches my shirt and my hat. That was unintentional, but there we go. We got God rest ye merry gentlemen.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
All right, let's talk about this. A couple things I want to talk about in this. First off, I've never actually like listened to these songs while reading the lyrics, and it's actually pretty cool. Like these lyrics are pretty cool. Like, Christ was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power. Like when we were all gone astray. Like I didn't know that. Like it's funny how we hear this. I've heard this song 1,000 times, right? But we've never really listened to the song. Is a very cool. I don't know. This is cool. Production is really interesting. I've had interviews. If you're new here, I don't know if I said this. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York. But I've done interviews with a lot of people related to Pentatonix. I've done, so whether it be Ben Hosdo, Kirsty's fiance, but also like the videographer. I've done Ed Boyer, which is the guy that mixes all the music. And I've done Ben Bram, who arranges it with them, and I think sometimes writes with them. But in those conversations, we've had conversations that in studio productions, they do layer vocals. It's just an industry standard, something to do. And one thing that I'm finding really interesting, and when we go back a little and listen, is it sounds like there's a layered bass. It sounds like there's two bass singers here. Like it sounds like it's like layered like this, which is really something you don't usually do. Like because usually, even like for example, like recording electric guitar or like say a rock song, typically the bass is in the center. You don't pan the bass. Bass and the kick drum, while like maybe you pan the snare a little, you pan the electric guitars, meaning moving them in the stereo spectrum to the righty or lefty or to whatever degree you choose. You don't usually do that with the bass, but you hear it here, and I kind of really like the effect. Let's listen back again. I'm gonna go back just a little bit, maybe up to here. And I'm just really digging this sound, man.
Was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy.
Is it Scott and Matt?
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
I don't know. I like that. That almost sounds like the NFL Sunday thing. Oh, nice echo there. That's
cool. In Bethlehem in Israel, this blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. The witch's mother Mary did nothing taking scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
This drum totally reminds me of the NFL, like that's funny. There's a lot. There's so many things going on here, man. Like there's so many counter melodies. Has anybody seen this? Would be really cool, actually. This would be like a cool exercise or just a cool thing to look at. Somebody should I'm sure it's out there, but like there should be some sort of score to essentially to Pentatonix music where like you take like somebody takes the music, whether it be them or somebody else, and they write out the notes and the notation of it, and it'd be really cool to kind of just see the cross, what do they call it? The oh my gosh, it's got to come back to music theory. The counterpoint, I guess you could say, where it's counterpoint melodies where it's like you're writing out like, oh, this is the soprano line, this is the bass line, this is the tenor line, this is the alto tenor line, and it'd be really cool to see because there are so many melodies going on at the moment, in left ear, right ear, which is hard to do because especially like they're going all over the place in a good way. Like there's multiple melodies going, which are, I guess you could kind of call them harmonies. But if you listen back, they're like kind of like on the lefty we have a melody going up and down. Like in the righty we have like almost sounds like they're just separate melodies going at the same time, which is cool. But it's hard to do because if one singer hits like a fourth, and the other one hits a seventh, now you got the tritone, like you got to be careful about the notes you're hitting, otherwise it'll sound really wonky. They have to to some degree match up, so and it's just so it's hard to do, and I'm saying it's very good. The reverb here is great. Wow, that is a serious droning bass. Listen to that droning bass. It's crazy. Yeah, Kevin's crushing it here. Dynamics building up. This is crazy. Dude, listen, do you hear that? Mitch's high note right God rest ye huge vocals. Let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior. Speeding up. On Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Back to the NFL? No. That's crazy, man. So I wonder, I wonder how they recorded that in the sense that, so you typically when you record things, especially in the modern music industry, you use something called a metronome. Metronome is, the classic metronome is the thing that goes back and forth, keeps the time, but now you have it in your ears when you're recording. And one of the things that I'm finding, what I know is really difficult, so typically you want to stay on that metronome, but here we have the tempos all over the place. It gets faster, slower, everything. So I'm wondering, I'm like, did they record with a metronome or did they not? And if they didn't, it's even more impressive because that means like, somebody had to set the tempo and they had to all kind of keep it together without hearing that, rhythm in their ears. Or did they have it in their ears and they're following it? But even still, like to stay on that as it's increasing so much, speed slowing down, like that's a very impressive performance. Very, very impressive of a classic song that is incredibly well done.